Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just doing a thing. Hi, I'm Kate. Welcome to Always Tuck and Roll. We discuss life, the universe, and everything through the lens of autism. Because, you know, autistic. It's where I live. So is this apartment. Anyway, we've survived the first chunk of the holiday season. Mostly. I mean, obviously, physically have survived. Mentally, I am in a whole chaotic zone. So today we're gonna try and focus. As you can see, I have changed up the background again because it's the holidays, y'all. So last year I set an alarm to remind for December 1st to remind me to pull out advent calendars and also to remind me where we stashed our Christmas hand towels, because we were like, let's not lose these, they're nice. So we were going to put them away. I'm like, we're never going to find these again, because that's what you do when you have something you don't want to lose. You put it someplace secure that you definitely won't lose it, and then you never find them again. So I'm trying to prevent that. So I'm trying to get better about setting notes and alarms. I use the Google Keep app a lot because I can alarm any note to go off at any random time. So it has honestly helped me be a more functional person for probably 8 years at this point in time. But I have like a neurotic amount of lists alarmed to go off at all random times. It helps. That's not what this is about, though. We don't need to hear about the lists. We do. Though if you want a funny story about this fake tree over here, last year we didn't get our Christmas tree until December 23rd. We were helping Pete's dad put up his tree on the 22nd, while knowing we were going to host him and his girlfriend on the 24th. So on the 23rd, we bought our tree for like 90% off, so, you know, pretty great. Or, I don't know what the percentage off. We paid $20 for an $80 tree that definitely was not worth $80, so, like, again, we're fine. Hi, Editor Kate here. I never finished the story, because why would I remember to finish a tangent? That's, you know, why? Why would I ever remember to finish a tangent? So, this tree, right? On Christmas Eve last year, knowing that 48 hours prior we did not have a tree, they brought us that just in case there was still no tree in our apartment, which, fair. I might not have trusted us either, but we had a tree and it looked good. So that was it. That was the whole story. Aren't you glad? Let's continue on with our regularly scheduled whatever. But this year I wanted to be a little bit more proactive with the holidays because I want to feel a little more festive. I don't know that I can. I've definitely put decorations up a few days ago to try and make myself feel holiday-y, festive-y, something. We all just want to feel something, right? Anyway, so I thought it would be fun to maybe do a Christmas craft. Or just a holiday craft, a winter craft, if you will, because we're gonna make snowflakes. And I don't mean like the folded, like the flat kind we hang on the windows. I'm talking like, let's make a 3-dimensional snowflake so that it becomes yet another thing you've got to find a home for. That sounds bleak. It's fun. So what you're gonna need, and I should have made this so much closer, you're gonna need 6 pieces of paper, some tape, some scissors, to see how many things you can hit on your table at once, and a stapler. So first, you're going to take your paper and you're going to make it into squares because we need squares. So I have already made some squares. So then you want to take your square, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. Now I should really be moving the camera so you can see what I'm doing, and also so, you know, like, the camera just doesn't, like, violently shake, because this is kind of a tilty pedestal table I've got everything supported on, so that's fun. So now we've got this. So, next step. This is important. You're going to see that it has this edge and this edge. This is important. So we're going to make 3 cuts along the non-flappy edge. So, and we don't want the cuts to go all the way through the paper. So, you know, we got a little space up here. That's good. So we're going to do 2 more. So 1 and 2. Alright, so let's do that 5 more times. Okay, are we tired of cutting paper? You should have 6 of these now. So, next step. We're going to unfold all your handy folding so that we have a snowflake. Pretend. No, kidding. It's not a snowflake. This feels like we're making a paper snow. I mean, we are making a paper snowflake. You know what I mean. So, the next step. This is where it gets a little tricky. We're going to take the center piece and we're going to fold it over together. And we're going to have tape. You've got someone to rip tape for you. So we're just going to tape this just like that. And then the next loop, super important, we're going to go the opposite side. So let's get more tape. I'm sure you love hearing the rustly paper and tape ripping noises. So again, I'm just gonna tape that together just like that. And then flip it over again to this first side. So we've got first loop, second loop. So our third loop, more tape. Tape just like the other sides. And then we flip it over again. And when we tape the sides, we make sure we tape the correct sides together because we don't want them to. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just doing a thing. Alright, now that we've corrected that, we've got loop 1, loop 2, 3. Now we're going to make 4. There we go. Show that tape who's boss. Rip it right off. Okay. So now we've got, and this in and of itself, you could hang from the ceiling and it would be, ooh, that's pretty. But let's do this 5 more times. Okay, so now we've got 5 of these. You know, they're just everywhere. So, as I hit everything, knock it off. Next step, we're going to take 3. So, 1, 2, like to line up the edges here. So, get our third here. Now, this isn't super important, but I personally like to make sure that all of them are facing in the same direction. I feel like I could make a mustache with these. Okay, so now that we have all three of this half of the snowflake right together, we're gonna grab our stapler and we're just gonna staple that bottom edge together. So now it kind of fans out. So we're gonna take the outermost edge loops and we're going to staple them together. So now, got a nice stapled edge here. So we have like, it's like a fan. So this is one half of our snowflake. See where we're going with this? All right, now, got my other one that I have previously assembled for time, because nobody wants to watch a lot of folding, stapling, cutting, stapling, all that stuff. I mean, maybe you do, but I didn't think you wanted to, so I went ahead and did some. So now, we take the bottoms of our two halves and we staple them together. Now, if you don't have a stapler, you can use tape for this part. I just find the staple works better. And so now we've got them connected right here in the center, which, you know, makes a cool shape all in of its own. But if you want like just a stationary snowflake, you can hang up. Then find outermost edges of the two halves. Right? You can see. And then one more. Voila! It's a snowflake! I've never been good at like the folding and the intricate cutting kind, but this kind I got. So now it can be put, let's see if I can, without knocking anything over in my tiny little dining room. Ooh. Put that back here maybe? You can't see it. I'll find a home. I thought it might look nice there, but so, snowflake. So now you can hang it from the ceiling. You can tape it to a wall. If you're gonna tape it to a wall, I suggest taping more than one loop because there is a little bit of weight to that. If you used heavier paper, you're gonna maybe need more tape, more staples for things. But really, the sky's the limit when it comes to paper crafts. So, if you have any easy, fun craft ideas, put them in the comments, let me know. I'm always down to learn a new fun craft. If you want more specific instructions on how to do this, you know, let me know. If you have any cool results, definitely let me know. I might even check my email. So, I'm gonna clean up my crafting area. Luckily, there's not a ton of paper shreddings, but I've got some other tidying I've got to do today. I have to find a new home for this awesome snowflake we just made. So I'm gonna go do that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Find the things that you can do to help bring you to the headspace you want to be. And when all else fails, just, you know, chuck and roll. And maybe get a stapler and some tape. That sounds bleak. It's fun.